Good evening, my darlings. How are you doing this fine evening? Luna 5! Or version 6.4, depending on who you ask. Although, I've said it before, I know that they're gonna do this thing where it's like, oh, you thought that was version 6? No, SNES is version 6. Ha ha ha, look at this silly you. That's why they're pushing the whole Luna thing. Have they mentioned version 6.x even once with in relation to Nodcry? It's just gonna confuse everybody. Whatever. Anyway, so yeah, we got all the red exclamation points up here. What's going on here? That looks okay. Is that postal service stuff? Okay. Age templates. They add that in the last version? I don't know, which, Oh, hey, it's that one! It's that entrance. I don't know. I mean... Yeah, I think I'll select that one. Playing dress up with virtual dolls. Lupus Majoris chapter. Ooh. Varka's story quest. Cool. Apparently I haven't done Flynn's trial stage. Or was that after Flynn's came out that they did the thing where you could claim Hey, music for the rhythm game. Complete one popular Wonderland stage while wearing a set or try-on cape from the current season. Really? Okay. Traveler's Tales Moongaze chapter. Cool. Radiant Moon Gecko. Interesting. I presume Varka needs that? Needs the drops from that? And of course there's this. Oh, I don't know why you would pick this. It's literally the only one that you don't need to use your what's it called? The dew? Is that what it's called? I forget. The currency, right? The regenerating currency. Professional streamer. Icon words. Apparently, I've spent a lot of Mora this week already. Look at that, and we're already level 5. This thing, resin, not dew. What am I talking about? Anyway, and then what's this? Visaged Echoes. I have neither of those characters. I don't know what I'm gonna do about my keys. I guess I think I've got Ningguang. So I'm gonna need to get her to level 90 in the next few days, I guess. Oh, that's right. I was gonna wait. Oh, how tempted I am. Clee. She's so adorable. But no. Alright. So just to be clear, I'm not actually going to be trying to get Varka. I'm not going to be hard pulling for him. I've got 40 pulls. And while I did lose my last two 50-50s, and so this 50-50 is actually a 75-25, I am waiting for a Scoffier. However, I will do 2 10 pulls for Varka. And if we get him, we get him. Also, I already have all of the 4 stars on banner at C6. So, well, we can just skip through that, I guess. Oh, apparently I don't have Sucrose at C6. I thought I did. But I do know I have Zhongling and Bennett at C6. Okay. So nothing. That's the stringless, right? Yeah. I've got like 50 of those. So let's see which constellation this is. C4? Oh my goodness. Sucrose will reduce this cooldown of astable animo hypostasis creation 6308 by 1 to 7 seconds for every 7 normal or charge attack hits she scores against opponents. 1 hit may be counted every 0.1 seconds. This is the second charge, right? Oh. No? Oh. So I understand that that's very important for her kit, her C6s, but oh well. We can use this. Get ourselves one of these things. That gonna be enough? Yeah, that's gonna be enough. And with plenty left over. I didn't even have to sacrifice this guy. Probably should have sacrificed that guy. I can sacrifice him to another artifact to level it up. Sounds like a plan to me. Oh, and go ahead and get our stuff for the day, shall we? And then, well, we're not going to actually start on the new instrument available for trial. Ooh. We're not going to start on the Archon Quest, but I did want to check out the new area, which I'm... No? No new area? That's kind of disappointing, to be perfectly honest. And let's... Hold on. Okay. So he's just here. Well, in that case... Actually, how do we start the new Archon Quest? We aren't actually going to, just to be clear. Wait, is there a new Archon Quest? Or is it just a story quest? So actually, yeah, let's do this, shall we? So I cannot show you. I cannot play Varka as an actual character on my account, but I can show him off a little bit, I guess. The effect of having 2 Hexerite characters in the party will be triggered by default in Varka's character trial. Additionally, no DPS character who dual wields, dealing different types of elemental damage based on the party lineup. Additionally, all effects that deal different types of elemental damage can be triggered regardless of party lineup. Using his elemental skill, Varka enters the special mode Sturm and Drang. While in this mode, Varka's normal and charge attacks deal increased damage. In addition, his dual-wielded claymores will deal corresponding elemental damage based on the party lineup. Damage dealt by the claymore wielded in his left hand will be converted to animo damage. When there are pyro, hydro, electro, or cryo characters in the party, the claymore wielded in his right hand deals corresponding elemental damage following the aforementioned priority order of elemental types. or the feck, if you want to. After a period of time, Varka can unleash an enhanced special elemental skill and charged attack. Hitting enemies with a normal attack further reduces the time required for the above. Okay. Holding his elemental skill allows Varka to charge up and leap forward a set distance. The longer the skill is held, the further Varka will leap. Unleash a powerful double slash attack toward the front, dealing 2 instances of ammo damage. If there are Peck characters in the party, the first slash will be converted to deal corresponding elemental damage according to the aforementioned priority order of elemental types. And we don't have anyone. That's a pretty cool elemental burst animation. Right? Wait.
Watch now. The story has only.
I don't know which one to use.
Let's light it up! Everybody stand back!
It's trial.
Let's play! Think you can get away?
Thunder! Leave it to me! Decay!
This one is the Pyro Swirl run, right?
Teamwork is dreamwork! Yahoo! Time for takeoff.
The EE.
Thunder! Maria sweeping in!
I wonder what that'll look like in multiplayer. And also, Flynn's don't have him, but we can go ahead and lens it up. Can't we? I think we all know about Flynn's.
Defensive mode engaged. Preparing for dust up. Witness the power of Gugwa. Absorption test. Animal hypostasis emulate.
Be silent. Close your eyes. To dust. The launch. Use the force. Be silent.
Well, that was easy. Okay. That's it for that. Let's go with the let's go explore some Traveler's Tales, shall we? So what I'm getting from the situation right now with these updates, that Miliastra Wonderland is pulling a lot of resources. A lot more than they had thought it was going to use. And that's a long-term issue. They had a little bit extra breathing room with the... Oh, okay. I guess we gotta come back tomorrow for those. They had a little extra breathing room with the... with Nodcry being a smaller region. So they didn't need quite as much development. And they're like, hey, let's dedicate these resources elsewhere. And it'll be user-generated content. And so we won't have to worry too much about it in the future. And they had to worry about it too much in the future. See, I was given to understand that Dornman Port would be featured in this new update. I don't know, maybe it is. Maybe we gotta do the story quest. Oh, swiftly now, stop and rest. Hurry not, do not press. Oh, it's you. Is there something I can help you with? I was hoping I could borrow your instrument. Please do. I can't wait to hear the melody you'll play. Windsong Lyre. Leaping Spirit Piano. Harmonic keys. What? Don't we already have a lyre? Yeah, we do. Vintage lyre. Purchase from With Wind Comes Glory. Interesting. Berlin's House of Curiosities? Oh, these are... Oh. Well, let's go ahead and grab them, shall we? Burton's, not Berlin's. Do you sell here? Wait. I think we had a different option there. I need something that will spark some inspiration. That depends on how much value the customer places on the collectible. I hope you find it useful. I don't have any money. Well, that's unfortunate. And let me guess. What the? Huh. Didn't know you could use the scroll wheel on that. Anyway. Yeah, let me guess. It's just as expensive everywhere else. The instruments. What am I doing? I thought it was gonna teleport me to that thing. But no. Might as well. Pretty sure I've used the treasure compass a million times over here, but I figured I'd give it a try. Oh wait, what am I thinking of? Something suitable for me? Depends on your talents. Oh, no, okay, never mind. Yeah, and there's 150,000 here as well. I guess we won't be trying that. Nah. Limited time rewards. Lanternlet Ode to the Silver Moon. Okay, so yeah, no Archon Quest. That is unfortunate. Those who embark on the expedition. I want to save that until Saturday's stream, though. Originally it was just gonna be okay. We're gonna save the. Oh, got to claim my rewards. Maybe now we can afford. No, we cannot. Yeah, originally I was gonna do an Archon Quest for the next Archon Quest for the Saturday stream, but apparently there's just practically no content. They've added almost no content to this update. Again, UGC, and again, unless Dornman Port is locked behind the story quest, but I don't think it is. I think that's coming in the next update. All right, might as well finish this out. Okay, this is if we don't tell. Tainari about her friend. I'm really curious about how to get to the third branch. I imagine it has to do with the other option that she had for helping.
You're back!
The
How was your
academia.
journey through the desert? Wait, where's Madame Farazan?
Keep Taimimi a secret. You tell everyone the partial truth.
So, Madame Farazan has some other things to settle. Alright. And to think that Raid was doing all those things on the sly. It's good that you all got out of that situation in one piece.
Madame Farazan will be able to repair Carcata when she gets back, won't she?
Currently, only Farazan and I know about Tamimi. I should let Farazan decide whether to tell the others about Tamimi. Wait until one day later. Oh, freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing. Nothing if it
Is there to be
ain't
no welcoming party?
free.
Madame Farazan, we're over here. That's more like it.
And
Now,
feeling
here's some
good
components I
was
brought back from the
easy
desert.
when
Switch
Baba
these out with the ones
played the
Carcata
blues.
is using right now, and it'll be back in ship shape.
Feeling
So this is a
good
relic
was
of an
good
ancient
enough for
civilization.
me.
Unbelievable.
Good enough
Thankfully,
for
it didn't
me
end
and my
up in Raid's
Bobby
unscrupulous hands.
McGee.
Unscrupulous, huh? Sounds like you already told them what happened.
Told them about Raid. I told them about the archaeology team.
Is that so? Thank you. We will talk about everything else later. It's nothing. I've already given all the evidence we have against Raid to the academia. They're going to be very busy. Too busy to bother us, I'd wager. I'll start repairing Carcata then. Kale, can you help me out? Of course!
After some repairs, Carcata springs back to life. Kalu.
Looks fine, but even so, it needs to properly rest up.
Farazan went out after repairing Carcata. She seems to be looking for you for some reason. Well,
For some reason.
I will not probe
Okay.
any further. However, if you need any help, do feel free to ask.
Wait, so, but what about the land of the
Looks
future?
fine.
Okay. Hope she finds it.
Ah, you're here. Thank you for keeping Tamimi a secret.
You don't plan on telling them?
If I tell them about Tamimi, will they still feel happy for Carcata? Even if we could convince them to accept the components, they'll probably still feel bad about it. I don't want my past to affect people in the present. That applies to both me and other people.
You don't have to shoulder this all alone. Shoulder all this alone. Maybe you'll feel better if you share it with the rest. You don't have to shoulder all this
It's
alone.
fine. I'm used to this. I once believed that I'd never hear from my old friends and family ever again. Even their faces are getting hazier in my memories. However, I could remember them clearly again after reading the letter Tamimi handed to me and learning that they'd never given up on me. That's more than enough. I'd be disappointing them if I let myself fall into a slump because of this. Neither my teacher nor my mother would have wanted to see me like that. Besides, you're lending a listening ear to me now, aren't you? Oh, Pardius GI looks pretty scenic at night. Will you take a stroll with me?
It would be my pleasure.
Once Carcata's condition stabilizes, I'll find a chance to tell Tainari and Kale about all that. But for now, just help me keep this secret.
You got it.
Thank you. Whether it's 100 years ago or now, I have people who worry about me. I suppose I should consider myself quite fortunate.
Huh?
The only time when I felt otherwise was when I had just returned to Sumeru. No one came to check up on me then.
Lean on me. Welcome home, Farazan. When you're not strong,
Yeah.
and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. Oh, it won't be long. I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Okay, you know what? We're gonna. What am I doing? Please follow your pride.
Huh? Where'd this letter in our bag come from? Did it just blow in on the breeze?
To the traveler. Hey, long time no see, my friend. What's that? You say we just met recently? For a heart that always misses its friends, every second feels like an eternity. After such a grand adventure in Nodcry, you must have gathered quite a few stories along the way, yes? Are you perhaps looking for an old friend to talk to? Do you happen to need a bard? One who can turn your tales
The
into
Adeptus
verse.
arts are most
I
miraculous.
love
Unless
this.
one
First of all, this is the way bards should talk
before cultivating
in
these
every
all
if you have a
creatures
bard
below.
character,
The moon
this is how they should
shone
talk.
water,
Period.
shuddering at the slightest touch.
But frankly, more characters should talk like that in general. If so, come and catch up with me at Starch/Cliff. The wine is poured and the strings are already tuned.
Oh, it's from the tone-deaf bard. Apparently he wants to hear all about our adventures in Nodcry. Maybe we can get some tasty treats out of him in return. Come on, let's go to Starch Cliff.
Call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. I did not realize there were so many Matsutakis over here. Cecilia, you're breaking my heart. You're shaking my confidence daily. Cecilia, I'm down on my knees. I'm begging you,
welcome back,
please,
old
to
friend.
come home.
And how should I be addressing you these days? The honorary
Come
knight of
on
Mondstadt?
home.
The Tumaini of Natlan? Or the great hero of Nodcry?
Just call me by my name. Have you told Venti your name, Mr. Traveler?
Wow,
Ether.
you sure have your finger on the pulse. We've barely
The
caught
wind.
our breath since Nodcry,
It's
but
the wind.
it sounds like you've already heard about what went down.
News travels fast on the wind. But before I can turn your tales into tunes, I need to hear them from the horse's mouth.
People really underestimate the power of
My
wind.
lyre at the ready. So please, traveler, take a seat and tell
Like,
me
if
this.
you know, not to mention, you know, the bard, the whole like
Crazy.
hearing the song of the world,
The
right?
great hero of Solnari and the doctor.
Combine those two.
Truly a tale for the ages. So I'm guessing the wild hunt is a thing of the past now that you've defeated the Richter of Solnari.
Not quite.
Seems that way. We were kind of focused on dealing with the doctor, though.
There's still some vestiges of the wild hunt around, but not enough to pose a major threat.
Well, that's good to hear. Hey, now that the Northern Abyss calamity is finally resolved, Varka must be getting ready for the triumphant return of his expedition, right? I haven't seen him in the longest time. He must have
But yeah,
so many stories
first of all,
to share.
even just having the power of the wind is massively underestimated power. kind of think that it's like the weakest oftentimes. Like, oh, and on the surface it seems like it's the weakest, but then you think about it for just a little bit, and you realize, well, as they say, knowledge is power. But then, you know, you add the power of verse to that, more powerful. And so Venti, even though, you know, his power is not flashy, it's kind of ridiculous. Anyway, I was gonna ask, you two have really met before?
Hooray! Paimon was wondering about that too. He did call you Barbados, but weren't you still fast asleep back when he was in Mondstadt?
Let's call it half asleep. I was resting my eyes in the Thousand Winds Temple one day when I heard a commotion outside. It was a young knight who had journeyed there in search of trials and oracles after hearing some tall tales at the local tavern. In fact, all that awaited him were moss-covered walls and an angry ruin guard. But he seemed completely unfazed, laughing heartily as he sent the ruin guard's missiles flying off into the horizons.
Laughing as he fought, you say? I wonder if there's any other characters.
It was enough to wake up the tone-deaf bard.
Yeah, it sounded kinda like...
Hey! Is that all you've got?
Wait. Oh, this is that new character everyone's talking about.
like that.
Gonna be a standard banner character from what I hear.
Giving up already? Eh, you're not half as tough as Varka said.
A young knight of Favonius trekking out to the Thousand Winds Temple in search of adventure. Now there's a sight I haven't seen in a while.
A bard in green clothes. Does this mean... You're Venti? I was just wondering how I was gonna track you down.
Oh, so you were looking for the tone-deaf bard? Strange place to start your search.
I would have tried the angel share.
Hold on. Blonde hair, white hair? You must be the honorary knight. And Paimon! The Grand Master talks about you all the time. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lowen, Vice Captain of the 5th Company of the Knights of Favonius and a member of the
Fifth Company?
Expeditionary Force. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Which is the 5th company?
Oh, so you're part of the expedition, huh? Right. So that's why Paimon's never seen you around in Mondstadt. Hey, wait a second. We never saw you in Nodcry either.
That's probably because when the Wild Hunt was still running rampant, I spent most of my time out on my own, making mincemeat out of monsters. I barely went back to base at all. Then, once the Wild Hunt calmed down, I got sent back to Mondstadt. Mixed blessing, if you ask me. Sounds like I missed out on some serious action.
No wonder we never saw you while we were dealing with the doctor. So, why did Varka send you back?
Don't tell me he sent you to...
Deliver some letters.
I was gonna say deliver a letter.
There's one for the Knights of Favonius, one for the church, another for the Dawn Winery, at least 10 of them in total.
Gee.
For the Dawn Winery. Interesting.
Mail now.
Oh, no, never mind. I was like, what's going on with him and D-Luke? Oh, just wine. He wants some wine.
He's earned himself a new nickname. Let's go with Sir Writes a Lot.
Another day, another nickname, huh? Tone Deaf Bard.
I'll have you know that poetry and letters were humanity's earliest means of expressing their thoughts.
Yeah, by the way,
So,
can I just point out,
not, I
people
wear the
need
title
to
of
get
bard with
back
pride,
to
and
letter writing.
consider
I
Sir
know there are
Writes a
more
Lot a
efficient means of
compliment.
communication.
Wait, really?
It's not about that.
Maybe Paimon should come up with some harder-hitting nicknames.
Handwrite letters.
Anyway,
Preferably
this
with a,
gentleman has come all the way to the
with a
Thousand
fountain
Winds
pen.
Temple looking for me.
But
I assume
know,
he must
just
have a letter for me too.
have a nice
Am
pin.
I right?
You sure are.
Get a nice
Who's the
pin, get
Grand
some
Master
good
down here?
stationery, and write
This one is
letters
for the bard in green
to friends and
clothes.
family.
These days, I
Even
think
if they
he
live
goes
nearby.
by Venti
It's important.
doesn't really
good.
have an address as such. You could start by asking around in Mondstadt, or maybe try your luck at the Thousand Winds Temple.
I I figured that since there was this punching bag here, oh, sorry, ruin guard, I could get some practice in while I was at it. So, I came right here the second I got back to Mondstadt.
That Varka is so slapdash sometimes. It's a good thing we happen to be nearby.
So, what does the letter say?
Oh, he also said to remind you to write back.
What does the letter say, Venti?
Nothing in particular. Just some idle chatter between two drinking buddies. But if I'm supposed to write back this time, I'll need some time to mull over my response.
Really?
Varka gave you a whole
The
bunch of
famous
letters to
bard.
deliver, right? Maybe you can head into Mondstadt and deliver the rest of them first?
My thoughts exactly. Assuming I can find the way. Hopefully the roads haven't changed too much since the pre-expedition days.
Well, why don't we have Mondstadt's honorary knight escort this homeward-bound wanderer to the city? I'm sure some of the recipients of
Homeward-bound
Varka's
wanderer.
letters will turn out to be
Ugh.
friends of yours too.
Although I think there's a better name. Vagabond. Homeward bound vagabond. Or maybe just vagabond. Not even this not homeseeking. Yeah, I'm sorry, but vagabond is just so much more of a poetic term than wanderer. Kings and vagabond. Anyway, I have no objections.
Let's go! It's been a while since Paimon's done any guide work.
Thank you so much, honorary knight. And you, Miss Guide.
Bro, you need to stop flirting with Paimon.
This, the wild hunt. Andreas, get home safe, Varka.
Is he praying?
Why do my ears feel so hot all of a sudden? Is someone talking about me?
Can you feel
Surely there's
the
gotta be a stash
love
of cash in my office.
tonight?
That would be terrible.
Grandmaster, bad time to get distracted. Watch out! Enemies approaching!
Huh? Oh, it's just a few stragglers. They're no real threat to us. This expedition is almost over. We just need to deal with these final few targets, and then we will make our triumphant return!
Oh boy, that is quite the leap.
Stormwind!
Wait, so... Oh wait, no, never mind. No, I could use some help from some Nodcry characters right about now. Okay, you guys handle that guy, I will handle these guys. Oh, wait. Already got...
On me!
Hey, you guys got it? Cool.
Without the Richter of Sonari to direct them, it seems like all that's left is their
This
primal
Richter
urge to
even mean?
destroy.
If this is all that the Wild Hunt can muster now, surely the Lightkeepers of Nodcry will be able to deal with what's left.
Just like I thought. What we should be wary of now is...
Grandmaster, based on Lightkeeper intel and our own reconnaissance, one of the suspected targets should be just up ahead.
Good. You know the drill. Stay here and stand guard. Leave the rest to me.
Yes, Grandmaster.
Times like this that I'm kind of disappointed in the in animations that Genshin offers, because like this guy is saying, "Oh, it should be just up ahead."
Meet again, Andreas.
Wouldn't it be nice for him to like check a map or something like that?
So, you've returned from Mondstadt. Don't you want to see what it looks like now? I was planning to take a look around there myself. Perhaps you could be my guide.
What's this? An echo from 1,000 years ago?
I know I've heard that name before. And by the way, just just want to point out.
Everything
So I'm not
seems
pulling for
normal so
Varka.
far.
I do know
Feels like
Nicole
I'm
is
just
probably
overthinking
going to
things.
be
There are
probably
two
going to
other
buff him a
places
lot.
to check. Maybe this will all go smoothly after all.
If that's the case, well, whether or not that's the case, I'll be pulling
It's
for
your
Nicole.
turn, my friend.
But if that's the case, then I can just pull Varka on the rerun. The main downside is I don't really have an Animo-made DPS.
Although, returning to your old home, perhaps Andreas is a little too ostentatious.
Wait, is it? Hold on.
Might be better to go by
Boreas.
Huh?
Injustice. Corruption. Iniquity. Is the surface world still as wretched and foul as ever?
That an iniquitous bishop?
Answer me, heir to the knighthood of Boreas.
Looks like I'm not getting out of this without a fight.
Those who embark on the expedition. Are we gonna fight now, or are we gonna teleport back to Mondstadt? And, well, is our perspective going to teleport back to Mondstadt?
That's where things stand with the expedition. The victors will be returning home soon, so make sure to stock up on wine for the celebrations. P.S. I hope everyone's keeping up with their daily training. I'll be testing you all when I get back to make sure no one's regressed. P.P.S. I wrote individual letters for each and every one of you. Don't forget to write back.
That's all.
Everyone gets one? Wow! Sir Writes-A-Lot is really living up to his name.
I guess the Grand Master must have something specific to say to each of us. Even I got a letter, and I'm not a real knight yet.
Yet.
Oh, yes. That's our Grand Master for
Hey, Momo. How goes
by
the
the
day?
way, anyone know
How
where
goes
to
the
find
morning?
Cavalry Captain? I have a letter for him as well.
Kaya.
Well, now that there's finally a horse in this game.
Angel share. Allegedly for work. Said he was exchanging intel. But I'd say there's a 50-50 chance he's just there for a drink.
So, does that mean that Kaya rides Abai into battle? Better than yesterday. I'll tell you that. Well, better than yesterday in some ways. In some ways, probably worse. But it's whatever. Anyway, the angels share intelligence from the Church of Favonius.
Hi, Mom Beth. There'll be lots of familiar faces there. How about we deliver Kaya's letter? And these are there too as well.
Really? Oh, that would be a great help, thank you.
Our thanks to you too, Lowen. The other knights will help distribute the remaining letters. You've had a long journey. Please go get some rest.
Great, but I won't be resting just yet. I have one last letter to deliver to Wolvendom. This one, I was planning on delivering personally. I heard that another challenger recently passed Boreas' trial. Well, with any luck, that wolf might be willing to reveal himself to me, too.
Very well, but please remember to show respect to the local wolves.
I will.
Yeah, you don't want to be
Goodbye.
pissing off Razor. Clearly something is bothering Jean. We should talk to her before going to the angel share. To Jean. Wait, no, this is... Right. Oh, but I guess we can see the envisaged echoes for Ayaka and Ayato. Which, yeah, two characters that we do not have. Oh, that's kind of cool, though. Kind of expected. Yeah, the only character that I can get an envisaged echo for is Ningguang. That I don't have the stage unlocked, which I guess that's something to do in a future stream, is we have all of these stages unlocked, and I have not touched them. By the way, I did figure out how to get Raiden's stage done. You have to funnel all of the particles to her. That's the strat. Anyway. Let's see. In case you're wondering, we did not get Varka. I only did 2 10 pulls for him. Not planning on pulling for him unless Nicole buffs him. I'm pretty sure she will.
Okay,
but
we'll
see.
deliver these letters to the Adventurers Guild and the Cat's Tail. You can just handle the ones for the Angel share.
The expedition is finally wrapping up. Oh, I hope the maps I made on our way there are good enough to get them safely home.
Cartographers are not appreciated enough in
Great
fantasy
Master
settings.
wrote in his letter that the Boom Blossom bombs we sent worked really well. He wants to know if we've made any more.
Uncle Varka's coming home? Yay! I can't wait to go outside and play with him!
Aww. Isn't that adorable?
Honorary Knight, you're still here?
I'll be setting off shortly, but it seems like there's something on your mind.
Is it that obvious?
Huh? But Varka's coming back. The situation in Nokrai is stable. Surely things are looking up.
True. From what you and Lowen have told me, the expedition has indeed accomplished its strategic objectives. It seems that Mondstadt no longer faces any threat from the perils of the North, be they the Wild Hunt or the Doctor. And yet, for some reason, I can't help but recall something the Grandmaster said to me before he left.
If I don't make it back from this expedition, you'll have to assume the mantle of Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. If it comes to that, remember to train the next Knight of Boreas in my stead. I've planted some promising seeds in Mondstadt, but they still need time to grow. Some have yet to master the art of social interaction. Some don't yet understand that they too need protecting. And some, well, some might not even want to be a knight yet.
So there's low razor.
Well, there's no need to frown.
There's
I'm going on an expedition, not marching to my death.
Sorry.
This
There's
is all
Noel.
just a contingency plan in the event that I'm unable to return.
D-Luke? This the last one?
Until I return, I leave them in your care.
The lineage of the Knights of Boreas has nearly been extinguished twice in Mondstadt's history. The first wandering knight to claim the title arrived in Mondstadt 1,000 years ago, along with his wolf companion. He was as free as the wind. He
Or
left
maybe
no
Razor is the
succession
last
behind.
one.
Even his name
Lowen
was
is
lost
the
to
first.
history. The title of Boreas could have disappeared from Mondstadt just as he did. But he had an informal disciple, a knight named Ravenwood, who admired the Knight of Boreas greatly. Ravenwood's valor and swordsmanship earned him the Wolf Spirit's recognition. When the old aristocracy tried to regain power, Ravenwood came once more to Mondstadt's defense. From then on, the title of Knight of Boreas was passed down from generation to generation within the Knights of Favonius.
Wolf spirit? You mean That big blue wolf in Wolfenden?
Correct. As you may already know, the Wolf of the North is the surviving spirit of an ancient god, and the Knight
Oh,
of Boreas
okay.
serves as
So
the
that is
intermediary between him and humanity.
interesting.
Lupus Boreas, who had never known what it meant to love, came to understand it through the journey with his human companion. In the end, he chose to allow his power to become one with the land. This was once a well-known tale in Mondstadt, but these days, few people are aware that the starting point of the Wolf King's journey was not Mondstadt, but Nodcry.
Interesting. Could it be he set off from the royal court of the Seelie?
You don't seem surprised. Did you sense something in Nodcry? Once again, you do us proud, Honorary Knight.
Yes,
The great
indeed.
Wolf King of the North came here from Nodcry. Although he doesn't like to speak of his past. In fact, he rarely shows himself to people at all nowadays. As such, this tale can only be found deep within the Knights of Favonius library. Even among the Knights of Favonius, few are aware of it. The Grand Master didn't disclose any concrete objectives before departing on his expedition. I couldn't help but wonder whether it might somehow be related to Nodcry's Wolf of the North. I kept my speculations to myself, however. Sharing them would only spread unwarranted suspicion toward the Four Winds among the people of Mondstadt. You experienced the turmoil caused by Duval and the East Wind's actions for yourself. Surely you can understand my concern?
No wonder Varka wasn't clear about his motives. Is that what he was worried about?
Very possibly. He was probably also reserving judgment. Having heard about your experiences in Nodcry, I now suspect that the Grand Master hadn't yet ascertained the true identity of our enemy at that time. And as it turns out, the Calamity born in the north wasn't an ancient god, but rather the Wild Hunt and the Doctor. I guess we were both jumping to conclusions.
Well, always better to be over-prepared than caught off guard. Facing the worst-case scenario with no backup plan would have been far worse.
Yes, I completely agree. The tide can turn rapidly in times of battle. It's a leader's responsibility to prepare for every possible contingency. Even if his contingency plan never needs to be put into action, I'm sure the Grand Master is relieved to know that it's in place.
Except, as we saw, there is indeed something going on with Andreas. Just curious if might oh, okay. Let's explore this area later. Oh, this is the what's his name? The Geo guy.
Please be quiet within the premises and refrain from
Oh, sorry. Albedo, that's his laboratory. Yes, we can jump over. Apparently, gliding indoors is not illegal.
That turned into a pretty long conversation, huh? We should probably go deliver those letters to the Angel Share now.
A vile informant. Okay. I guess we can check out where Wind meets Glory on the way. See if check out the Lyre. All right, what you got? With wind comes glory. Welcome. Every treasure here is unique, so don't negotiate on the price. So we don't negotiate on the price, nor do we give refunds. Way to get some special souvenirs. Oh. I guess we need to be getting a lot of Mora because we had a lot of stuff to buy.
Haven't you?
750,000 Mora worth of gadgets. They still have missing persons posters up. Blooming.
When you're mixing drinks in hot weather, start by pouring in cold water and add ice cubes. Then drain out the water before adding the other ingredients. How's that for a secret recipe? Maybe it's worth a little intel in return.
Please. I've known that little trick for a good 10 years at least. You'll have to offer something a little more substantial if you're serious about trading.
I know there's no one else in the tavern right now, but do you two really need to talk so loudly? Especially if you're supposed to be exchanging confidential information.
Hiya, Rosaria! D-Luke! Paimon knew we'd find you here.
Looks like it's about to get even noisier.
That would be quite the team.
A little liveliness never killed anyone. Traveler, Paimon, what brings you our way?
I have a letter for each of you. Deliver Varka's letters to their recipients.
Please allow me to once again express my sincere condolences regarding your late father and the incident with Eric. We make absolutely no excuse for his crimes. I hope you will give some serious consideration to the question I asked you before I left, though I'm sure you're tired of hearing me ask by now. The Knights of Favonius will always welcome you.
From the look on your face, I'm guessing the Grand Master is still refusing to drop it?
He nags like an old man. It's hardly surprising.
Huh? Drop what? What's this about?
Nothing, really. Before leaving on the expedition, Varka came here to chat with me over a drink. I failed to avoid him.
He
asked me if I'd consider rejoining the Knights of Favonius, and I declined. He expressed his regret about everything that happened and asked me to reconsider.
Persistence.
That's all there is to it.
40 no's and a yes is still a yes, am I right?
Details. There's clearly more to it.
Whatever details I chose to omit are in the past. Dragging them back up now serves no purpose.
You say that now, but back then, you couldn't let it go. You and the Knights of Favonius were constantly at odds.
I wasn't seeing the full picture. I've had a lot of time to reflect since then, but my answer remains unchanged. I'm not rejoining the Knights of Favonius. Both the Grandmaster and the acting Grandmaster are too upright and honorable. I can't see the shadows that lurk beneath them due to the size of the organization they lead. They need someone on the outside to keep watch vigilantly.
If I had a Mora for every time I've heard you repeat that argument. I actually don't disagree with the first part of what you said, but don't you think someone can keep tabs on things from the inside?
When you join an organization, you're bound by its rules, no matter how free it may seem on the surface.
You think so? Never mind the Knights. Have you honestly ever been bound by the rules of the Church?
Good question. Have you considered that maybe that's why I chose to join the Church and not the Knights to begin with?
Are they arguing or not? It's kind of hard to tell.
3 factions of Mondstadt. The Knights of Favonius, the Church, and D-Luke. They're not arguing. They just have different ways of protecting those around them.
Oh, kind of like the contingencies Jean was talking about. The more ways they have to protect their home, the better. Huh? Traveler?
I wonder if this is exactly what Varka was hoping for. All according to Keikaku.
What should I report back to the Grand Master on? Let me think. Public order inside the city? Monster activity in the wild? Oh, and a review of the latest vintages. I think I'll leave it at that.
Where's Rosaria go? Always gotta have the high ground, huh? Obi-Wan.
If you hadn't had to deliver that guy's mail, you wouldn't have been subjected to all this tedious arguing. When I write back, I'll tell him to quit making trouble for other people.
It's no trouble. Lowen did most of the work. We just volunteered to do the last leg of the journey. Mostly so we could come say hello.
Besides, I wouldn't really call that an argument. You just have different ideas on how to protect Mondstadt.
So you see what's really going on here? All three of us fell for that old rascal's scheme far too readily.
Huh? Scheme? What do you mean? Was Varka lying in his letters then?
No. While I'm sure Varka knows full well that Diluc would never agree to rejoin the Knights, I believe the sentiments he expressed were genuine, as was his offer to welcome Diluc back. There are people like Kaya and I, and then there are those who are true champions of justice to the core. Those people are the most susceptible to being driven to extremes by great.
Yes, I did 2 10 pulls for Varka.
In Mondstadt before.
I got
Not
C4,
that, but it happened to a Knight of Boreas.
Sucrose, and
really hit home for Varka. And that's why his
a copy of
even more
Stringless.
persistent than usual.
Champion of justice driven to extremes? You're saying that happened to a Knight of Boreas?
Yeah. So no one's
This
told
is
you
the
this
second
before?
time.
The lineage of the Knights of Boreas had nearly been extinguished twice in history. The first was at its inception.
Yep.
The second was the case I was alluding to.
Called it.
Oh! Wasn't Jean telling us about this? Wait. And then we got caught up talking about the expedition, and we never got around to the second time.
I happened to hear about it from Varka once when he was drinking and started yammering on. The second crisis in the Knights of Boreas lineage. It was 500 years ago. Although the Knights of Boreas are meant to be intermediaries between humans and wolves, in practice, very few of them have been truly recognized by Lupus Boreas over the past millennium. Of those who have, the best known are the first Knight of Boreas, Ravenwood, the wolf pup Rostam, and Varka himself. But 500 years ago, there was one who earned the respect of Boreas even before gaining the title. He was a disciple of Rostam. They thought he would become the mightiest Knight of Boreas who ever lived. He was the perfect knight. Righteous, principled. His name was Roland, the blood-stained knight.
Yikes! Bloodstained Knight? That sounds a little ominous.
Well, apparently his original title was the White Knight. But he lost countless comrades.
Bloodstained chivalry, by the way.
500 years ago, including his tutor and mentor, Rostam. The endless bloodshed stained his sword and armor a crimson as deep as black, transforming the White Knight into the Bloodstained Knight. After that, he threw himself completely into battling monsters,
Like Signora.
leaving Mondstadt and the Knights of Favonius behind. To this day, no one knows his final whereabouts. It's hard to say whether the loss of an important figure in his life is what drove him to the point of obsession, or whether he was already too far gone to save. But had he known that the Knights of Favonius would always welcome him back, perhaps things would have turned out differently. So if you want my opinion, the reason why Varka keeps asking Diluc to rejoin, despite knowing that he'll never say yes, is to let him know you're not alone. After all these years, he's still as persistent as ever. Just like how he used to be with me.
Huh. Turns out Varka's a lot more thoughtful than he lets on. Paimon had the wrong idea about him. Anyway, there's still something about this whole Boreas business that Paimon isn't really getting. Wasn't Andreas a god in Mondstadt thousands of years in the past? If so, why did Jean say that Boreas and the Wandering Knight only arrived here just 1,000 years ago? Plus, Paimon's super curious about what happened to Roland.
Shall we go get answers straight from the horses or wolf's mouth? Meet with Lowen and Wolvendom while we're at it.
That's a great idea! Jean said he hasn't been showing himself much lately, but he always seems happy to oblige whenever you show up. Let's go!
Wait, so we don't get to talk to Diluc? I thought we were going to talk to Diluc.
My reply won't be a long one, as usual. I'm sure Varka won't be surprised.
Just disappointed. Alright. Well. Unfortunately, our time is up. I need to get to sleep. And, well, I need to get ready for bed and then get to sleep. And then I'm sure there are plenty of you who need to do the same. So, sorry about the stuttering in the sound. Anyway, in the sound effects. Anyway, yeah, so we will continue with this tomorrow. And, but for now, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope the rest of your night is a good one, and I will see you later.